Mr. Gardner, President Donald Trump has deployed or talked about sending National Guard troops to cities across the nation, including in New York City, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and San Francisco, for what he calls lawlessness and out-of-control crime in these cities, as well as to aid ICE agents in cracking down on illegal immigration. Democratic mayors and governors have called Trump's federalization of the National Guard an overreach. In addition, a federal court has found that Trump's use of the Guard around LA without the authorization of Congress violates the Passe Comitatus Act. New York Governor Kathy Hochul stated, "Our policies are working. We don't need National Guard troops." Supporters of the National Guard being deployed in Buffalo pointed to the city's high violent crime rates. The Buffalo Police Department has reported higher rates of violent crime than the respective departments of New York City and Washington, D.C. Mr. Gardner, as mayor of Buffalo, would you support or oppose the usage of National Guard troops in the city if called for by the president?
I love that question, and let me tell you why. It shows the hypocrisy of Kathy Hochul. She's going out there saying that we don't need the National Guard in New York State, and what did she do in New York City last year and the year before? Put the National Guard in the New York City subway system because she knew then, what every New York City resident knows, is that the subways are dangerous. She deployed the National Guard to New York City. She invoked that ability to protect citizens in New York City. If that opportunity is available to me as the mayor of Buffalo to help tap into additional resources to make our city safer, you bet I'm going to avail myself of it. If it's good enough for New York City by Kathy Hochul, it's going to be good enough for the city of Buffalo under James Gardner. We have, as your question directly alluded to, we have a crime problem. Part of that crime problem is people don't feel safe. There's a perception of insecurity, a perception of a public safety disaster. And how do we address it? It's through visibility. If people see officers on the beat, if people see officers in neighborhoods, they know that's going to, one, build trust between those citizens and those law enforcement officers, and it's going to give people a sense of security. I'm not in favor of calling in a SWAT team to hold down entire neighborhoods, but if the federal government is willing to give us additional resources to make our city safer, I'm grabbing it with both hands.
Thank you. Mr. Ryan, your rebuttal.
Here's how it's supposed to work. If the city is facing unrest or a natural disaster, the city calls the governor and says, "Can you help us to send New York State National Guard troops here?" But here's how it is working. It's Republican MAGA nonsense, where the President of the United States is sending Guard troops from different states to other states over the objections of their governors without any input from the locals to patrol their streets. Never happened in America. It's pure political theater. If the federal government wants to send resources to Buffalo, I would welcome those resources to help fix our roads, to help fix our sewers, water systems, to help feed our hungry families. There is a lot the federal government can do for the city of Buffalo. Sending troops here is not one of them.
Thank you very much, Mr. King. Your rebuttal.
This is an example of finger-pointing from both sides about what's best and what's wrong. Kathy Hochul, MAGA this, MAGA that. That's not what's important, folks. What's important is addressing the needs of our communities. What are our small businesses here in Buffalo saying? What are our community residents here saying? What they want are safe communities. What our young people need are opportunities in mentoring. I've had the opportunity to work with young people that many people label as the bad kids, the ones that are out there creating troubles in our neighborhoods. And what we need to do is create opportunities for them. I support the idea of more foot patrols in our neighborhoods, but I also support more community services and more community service personnel in our neighborhoods, addressing social service issues.
Thank you.